Hello, fellow YouTubers, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. On the last episode, we continued exploring Gant's office, finding out that the handprint on that piece of cloth turned out to be Emma's, which was a little disconcerting. But we also found half an evidence list inside of Gant's desk. But as soon as we found these things, Gant kicked us out, and he fired Gumshoe, but he kept Emma for some reason. We went and talked with Lana, and she kind of confirmed that she'd been following Gant for some undetermined reason that she didn't tell us, but that she's telling us if we're going to fight this, what did she say? Don't fight this anymore? Or something like that? But we need to find something. We need to finish this off. So we're heading off to the last day of court. Ever. Well, at least in this game, until we get to the other games. But let us continue. This is the defendant lobby, all right, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Oh, I'm so glad it was Edgeworth. Edgeworth! I was thinking it was Edgeworth. Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is. I almost said card. Card's not there. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt on this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True. Not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling on the defendant. 5 minutes after the trial starts, Lana will be found guilty. But she didn't do it! I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. We did so in court in case 4 when we spent the majority of the last day of trial talking about the DL6 incident. Don't you remember that, Mr. I, the one that killed my father? Oh, that was terrible. Why did I bring that back up? I'm so sorry, Edgeworth. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. Think about it. See you in court, right? This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Alright, time to get the gloves ready. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant. He fades in from the ether like a ghost. Morning, folks! How's everyone doing? Hey, Udgy, been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I could top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. What? Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No! Lana! You can't! Your Honor, the defense claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. Can you do that in the middle of a court? But Lana! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven this case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defense certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Oh, that's Edward speaking. Okay, whatever. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. Gant and Edward sound too much alike. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Grant? Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. That's a threat. Can you say threats in court? Miss Emma Sky, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. I'm trying to say, what is he just trying to say here? Also, Emma. Hello, Emma. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma Sky. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. It is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago. Really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. He sure gave in fast. Yeah, the judge never does that to me. I have to provide evidence that it's relevant. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. What a weird phrase to put that as, Phoenix. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Oh, was it first witness testimony 2 years ago? We could call an episode now, but I think we're going to wait until after the testimony.
I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does the testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Alright, cross-examination time, but we will actually save this for next episode. I'm trying to make sure that we end on, obviously, either a Monday or a Wednesday, because if we end in the middle of, like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, when you typically have nothing but Watch Me Fails, that would kind of be weird. So, either not 119, 120, 124, or 125 looks to be the last episode of Phoenix Wright, which, thanks God, we're finally coming close to it. I'm shooting for 120. Let's see if we can finish on 120. So, on the next episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, we are going to be finding any contradictions that we possibly can out of this testimony, which I think I saw one already. So, until next time, hopefully you enjoy.